Okay. I doubted you in the beginning.
Yes.
In the middle, I still doubted you.
Because how is slow funny? Oh, is it?
Oh, you gotta give it a minute.
Slow can be funny.
Slow
You just gotta commit to it. Think like Cheech and Chong.
One thing about me is I'm always thinking like Cheech and Chong.
Mm-hmm. My favorite is sitting still next to someone in like a theater, and you're like, are we parked? We're parked right now?
Did we park? Leaning over in the middle of like a movie and being like, did we leave the stove on?
Yeah. The way that car went off for like 45 minutes last night.
Oh, Jesus, that shit makes me so mad.
Are we not like doing it right now?
Well, we never clapped. Where's the mayonnaise? All right, settle down, everyone. Speech. I think it's time.
Not you saying speech.
To myself.
Right. Let's hear it.
I just want to give a toast to, who do I want to give a toast to first? God, you're both so, there's so much.
Both. There's so many of us at the dinner table
There's
right now.
Bofa. Adrian, I'm so thankful for the way you walked into my room this morning while I was sans clothing, had just woken up, and said, "What's up, bitch?" or something of the sort.
Walked into is crazy. Also, I
You
said,
did,
good morning.
You might as well have been like, "What's up, bitch? I hate you, bitch." Because you walked right in, cooter to the wind.
You sound so thankful. What about Mick?
Mick, I'm thankful for the way that your song of the week always pisses Adrian off. I'm so thankful for it. I'm thankful for the look of shock on their face every time when you say literally any song.
Yeah.
Especially thankful for that. Also thankful for the way that you gave me a job. And that's for real.
That's for real.
And that's true.
And that is diva tea.
On that note, I'm very thankful that
Are you
now...
going to make a toast also?
Yeah, thank you. Settle. I'm very thankful that now everything that you do at work reflects on me. So thanks for that. I'm very thankful that whenever the three of us smoke together, I save a ton on weed because these two get put out after like half a joint, to be honest.
We put out? That's a crazy thing to say.
And I would just say my favorite noise that you make is when you go, "Oh!" when you're offended, because you can't think of anything else to say.
Is that a read?
Those are the things I'm grateful for today. What about you?
Funny enough, I'm also
Toast.
I'm incredibly thankful for your songs of the week because I do listen to like a little bit of them every time to get the little screenshot. And yeah, you guys, I do get pissed off because what are you talking about? Because last week you said that it was the one from Planet Zoo and that it helped to like pull you out of like a really dark, like emotional place. And then I'm sitting there at like 10 p.m. stoned out of my ass being like, the concept of Mick having a really, really bad day and struggling with something and putting on a random track from the Planet Zoo soundtrack and feeling better is beyond to me right now. What I'm also grateful for is the fact that I have a reliable partner who never forgets to pack something and never gets mad at me for it.
I didn't get mad at you for the laptop.
That's why I'm saying I'm grateful.
Right. So, misunderstanding the prompt. I'm also really grateful for the way that Adrian is always super nice and kind to me. Always super nice and kind to me.
Low key, in terms of the pod, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Well,
hit
let me ask
it.
the audience.
Hey, you. Are you a lady boy? Oh, bitch. Girl, I said, are you a? Are you a? Us too.
Hi, thankful folks.
Hi, grateful divas.
I'm Adrian.
I'm Shiloh.
And welcome to the Ladyboy
Radio
I think I said Ladio Hour. I'm sorry.
Did you?
I think I did. I'm sorry.
Play back the tape.
I guess you're going to have to
No, literally.
dock my
Nick's
pay
pointing
for the
toward
day.
the door. Dock your pay.
Right. Sorry. Hey, how's it going?
So
For y'all, it's like a day short of a week since Thanksgiving. For us, it was
today's Saturday, yes? 2 days.
2 days ago. Yep.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
We were sitting around the table, so thankful. We had a really fun, no notes, all good vibes Thanksgiving.
No, like actually.
Yep.
For real.
Well, we can be honest because I know these divas don't watch the pod.
What are you going to say?
We went to like a theater diva Thanksgiving, and there was an impromptu in the Heights karaoke, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And
there sure was.
There was also, and I know this person doesn't watch the podcast, and it's cool, and I'm forgiving them. There was also a stray. She heard that like gagged me. It's cool, but we can be honest about it on the pod. Things can be really fun and still have challenging moments.
Yes.
And I
Wake
had
that up.
a really great time at that place in that beautiful apartment with those really great, lovely people.
Where did we go?
To our friends in Brooklyn. Our friend has a beautiful little house.
House.
A house.
It's not a teeny tiny house.
It is
No.
kind of a, well, no, I was going to say it's a teeny tiny house, but they have like a bonus room and an office. Like it's a 1 bed with like a bonus room.
It's a bedroom, a kitchen, a kitchen,
A kitchen.
a kitchen, a living room, like a little den, and an office. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And I'm happy for those
And like
people.
big spaces too. Like the living dining room is like
Yeah.
real big.
No, literally. And they have a great dog. Well, a badass dog, but like he's a baby. So, and he's not really that bad. He
Just
just,
a
has
puppy.
energy. Yeah.
And like a huge puppy because he's like a lab, something else mixed too.
I have a question for you.
Say it.
What are you thankful for this year?
What am I thankful for?
Give me your top 3. Mick, start thinking about it. I'm going to ask you too.
I'm thankful for my community. I'm very, very thankful and grateful to have people that I surround myself with, and I never feel like I'm ever truly alone or without. I'm thankful for my job because I genuinely like my job. I get paid like well from it finally. And things just kind of continue to get better, and my job is like allowing me the opportunity to be a little more like proud of myself and like satisfied with my life in a way that like I previously found like very not accessible, like the idea of not being so like financially anxious all the time.
All the time. Girl.
And then I'm thankful for this pod because we've been doing it like for a while now. Like this is our 36th episode.
I think last week was 36. I think this might be 37.
That's crazy.
Or 38 even.
Well, last episode was 225. 25 plus 12 is, yeah.
It's crazy to do
37.
something 37 times and not get paid for it.
That's very, wow.
We are the divas for that. Sorry.
Well,
all these people say that they hate capitalism, but will only do things if they get paid money to do it.
Not us.
Not
'Cause
us.
here we are.
We will just do it for fun.
But like we were just talking about this, like I think we're just getting to a point like where we're really making something, and I feel like the better that we like feel about it, and the more like fully realize that it feels like from just like our like hands, like the faster that like the team will grow.
38.
That's crazy.
That's easy. That.
Also, did I really
What?
did I actually like the 12th episode?
Yeah, like you.
I love her so much earlier than I thought.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
really early, Mick.
I'm like,
You've been here for a while.
You're a serious regular, mama. Like, you're here all the time.
Yeah.
Who's Prue, who's
please.
Piper, and who's Phoebe? I think I know who Phoebe is, unfortunately.
Yeah. Not that I'm like from like I'm the leader, I'm this and that, but I just like unfortunately I am like Peru down boots.
Right.
Just on like just like her vibe and the way that she is. I'm also like the older like sibling. Are you the oldest? No.
No, youngest.
You are the oldest?
No, wait, in my family,
Yeah.
I grew up in, I'm the youngest.
Okay.
So I think
Yeah.
I'm younger.
I'm the
Yeah.
youngest. Oh.
Yeah. So
So
like
we actually like are wrestling for Phoebe, but you are Piper because Chef.
Yeah.
you are
literally-
completely Piper, and then you're completely Phoebe.
I'm completely
Although
Phoebe.
actually, I'll say this, I think you're actually kind of Paige. And like you'll see it.
I don't know Paige like that.
Yes, I feel. Oh, thank you.
Take your pick, pink or blue.
Goodness. Oh,
Gender.
I wasn't even anticipating.
We've been thinking about Paige. Sorry to make this the podcast about Charmed, but
But this whole podcast is about Charmed and will be.
but like unfortunately, like Mick and I love Charmed, and we started to make Shiloh watch it with us, but now like I just watch it with Shiloh, and so now like whenever we see each other, it just like it naturally comes up.
Wait,
we
can I
just
have your
got
mic?
to.
Wait, say what you're gonna say.
We just got past the episode with the water demon when we meet Sam for the first time and find out about like Kim and Patty, and then like somehow don't find out about Paige.
I know. Sam's first episode is so good. So good.
We watched the one with the guy who had the Akashic files. Is that how you say it? Bitch, that's literally Misha Collins from Supernatural. That's Castiel. I literally said, no! Right when the episode started. Because Lauren and I have been watching The Boys, which is also like
Yeah.
a Supernatural fucking fan cast. Everybody in that show plays like with somebody in Supernatural. And every time I'm like, Jesus. But this one was particularly shocking.
Oh, just wait, because Charmed has some great guest stars. There's an episode later where you're gonna have to remind yourself in the moment, but that is Zachary Quinto.
Yes,
He's in an episode of Charmed.
What?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
sure is.
The guy from the Mummy. Actually, both guys from the Mummy.
Brendan Fraser?
Not Brendan Fraser. The other two guys from the Mummy. The Mummy, and then the hot one. Well, I mean, who's hot in that movie? Everyone. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. I was going to say for certain that you, my dear friend Shiloh, are Phoebe, and that I am Piper because I'm already married to Leo. You know what I mean?
You are married to Leo.
Yeah.
That's tea.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Does she get married to Leo? They get married? Well, don't tell me. I don't want to know. We just got
Leave
to
a comment down below if you know.
She's fucking Dan, the next door neighbor, right now.
Oh, he was so hot.
Yeah, he's fine. And he wants her
If
bad.
you're into white guys.
Yeah, the Misha Collins thing was really shocking to me. It like took me out for an entire episode because he was so baby-faced. And they kept like saying stuff about angels in the episode, and I was like, tired. Also, then they referenced Blair Witch because, and I Googled it, the movie came out the year before the season we're watching. So fully like, I was like, no way this is actually old enough to like be referenced, or Blair Witch is old enough to be referenced in Charmed. It is. Crazy. Love that flick. Well, actually,
Haven't seen it.
didn't love that flick.
What if you haven't seen?
Do you know about the Blair Witch Project? The like tea?
Tell us.
Well, I'll just go really quick because this is not what this episode is about, even a little bit. Also, no one else has said the 3 things that they're thankful for. So,
40 seconds left.
right. Okay, well, we're fine. The Blair Witch Project. Yes, the Blair Witch Project is a documentary style found footage horror film where these people are like hiking through the woods trying to investigate the spirit of the woods, the Blair Witch. And it's this like it just is a spooky atmosphere. They lose the map. People start like getting picked off. You hear like something spooky in the woods, but it's not really particularly
It's not a
That's
classic
scary.
style of horror movie.
Yeah,
we'll say.
it's a really important flick to the
Yeah.
horror canon.
And especially if you look at where horror was at the time, it was marketed incredibly well because it was marketed in a way that made it seem like it was real, that this was a documentary, because they paid the actors to stay in hiding for up to, I think, a full calendar year after the movie released. Because at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, most everyone is missing. And so when it was released, the way it was marketed, it wasn't marketed as a horror movie. It was marketed as a documentary. And then all of a sudden, everyone was like, wait a second, where are the people that are in this? And then they look up these people and they're gone. And so it was like the way it came into society was very intriguing in the moment. It was an incredibly successful marketing campaign. That's why marketing is important, unfortunately. But a good marketing campaign can really elevate a movie. Because otherwise Blair Witch kind of would have flown under the radar because, as you said, like, it's a fine flick, but there wasn't anything super exceptional that they were doing. The way they do horror was interesting. There weren't very many jump scares. Like, there isn't like a monster necessarily. It's all just like this thing happens and then we turn the corner and then that's there and it's like, oh. But then the actors portray it successfully. So it's very, very impactful.
Yeah, it feels almost like scary in the way that like a first person video, like horror game is scary, where you're just kind of navigating the space, but like nothing's jumping out at you. I think the creepiest shot is like, you've never seen it, but they, at the end, I think it started with 3 people, now it's down to just one. Like the girl behind the camera is freaking out, trying to find the other one who went into the house. She's like calling his name, and she makes it downstairs to the basement, and he's just standing there facing the wall in the corner. And it's like, and then she like drops the camera. It's like, because then something's happening, and then the movie ends. But like the thing that's spooky about it is if you're like, wow, if this was real, this would be really scary.
And that's what was marketed in a way where it seemed real, and everyone was like, wow, this is terrifying that this happened. You know what I mean?
No, literally.
Yeah.
What I have to say to you is, what are the 3 things that you are grateful for?
I am grateful for the 4 different families I find myself in these days, because that's the first thing. The second thing is because of the specific people inside of those families. And then to get more specific, because I'm grateful for the families and the people, I'll say I'm specifically grateful that for the first time in my life, the people that I'm actually genetically related to care about what's going on, about who I am, and want to understand me and accept that they don't inherently. And so that creates a lot of space for me to just be able to be like, hey, stop calling me a boy all the time. I'm literally in heels and a dress.
It makes you feel bad when you call me a boy over again.
Yeah, just like shake it up, people. You know what I mean? Like, who wants just one flavor?
Make a scene nobody can ignore.
But a specific subset is also the pod, but also just the 2 of you, because I do feel a very good kinship and familial kinship with the 2 of you. And I don't know. I know I'm not the healthiest version of myself right now, but I do feel like I'm better because I'm here working with you 2 and just talking about shit. So thank you for you 2, I guess.
Have you been changed for good?
And just to
Let's take a break on that one.
air.
And when we come
Wait,
back,
I didn't go.
Well,
you don't want to hear about what I'm grateful for?
Well, I want you to have time.
Well, we have like 3 minutes.
ramble on about it.
I'm not going to talk. Not everybody's going to spend 8 whole minutes talking about the 3 things that they're grateful for, Adrian.
Shake it up.
Let's take a break, and when we come back,
I veto the break. So here are the 3 things I'm grateful for: my cat,
okay.
my roommates, who are a beautiful community, and also I'm including Mick in that at this point, because while we don't live together, I do see you every day at this point. Yeah. Love you. And then third, for my shout out my old ass grandfather.
You do not even have a third one thought of.
I do. My old ass grandfather, shout out, had sinus cancer. They were like, it's gonna be Soj over. It's gonna be Soj over. Y'all, he's like 70, kick that shit's ass. Yeah. Anyway, that's all. That's my big 3. Should we take a break?
Cut the cameras.
Mary, did you know it's our time?
Did you also know that there is an organization formed to build on the grassroots momentum of Zoran's campaign? It's literally called Our Time. Go on.
Our Time does not ask for dues or even formal membership. It's a campaign you can be a part of to show up when you can and contribute how you can.
Although Our Time is aligned with building on the Zoran campaign's volunteer culture for the goal of bringing the policies we voted on to fruition, it is fully independent and not directed or officially affiliated with Zoran or any other elected official.
It's a 501c4, which allows them to engage in the political process. In their words, independent but aligned and committed to delivering on the affordability agenda that was key for many NYC voters.
We love some Zoran, but we need to make sure that we hold him accountable for all of the policies that NYC made clear we need and want. This is exactly how we make that happen.
You can sign up to become involved or to donate to the organization by going to ourtime.nyc.
I'm Adrian.
And I'm Shiloh. And we approve this message, right?
And this is also the Ladyboy Radio Hour.
This is also the Ladyboy Radio Hour, and we approve this message.
Back to the program. And we're back.
Did you guys hear that? Wait, this is not a hearing sensory question I'm actually about to ask. I did just get distracted by the amount of smog floating through the air. So if that read on camera, sorry, girl.
Smog is crazy.
It was Smog. Smog, the dragon.
Please.
From The Hobbit? Yeah? Yes. Dumbass set of movies. So we talked about the 3 things that we're grateful for.
We sure did.
Now we need to hear about wonderful mixed family Thanksgiving, because it was with
Sorry.
But they were with their like biological family, their blood family, and then their in-laws, who are great. Tell us more about that.
What a second intro that was.
Okay. So the thing you need to understand about my current family state is that Jason and I love each other or whatever, and we have 2 little gremlin cats. One of them is a criminal. The other one is a superhero, overseeing everything and making sure the other one is still within the apartment. Because he'll literally, you open the door, any door, and he just bolts out.
Yes.
This happened last night.
Okay.
He did try to make a run for it completely.
But we have our own families that finally everyone, genetic or not, you know what I mean, is like kind of on the same page, and we're all like chill and whatever. And so my mother-in-law invited my mother and father over for Thanksgiving. So my entire family came, and it was a little bit a lot at the beginning because there's just between everyone in 2025, that's the year? Yeah, 2025, there's like every food allergy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jay is allergic to shellfish. Molly is allergic to tree nuts and whitefish. My brother and his wife are vegan. My mother is gluten-free. I'm vegetarian. So it's very difficult to do a feast. And when you do a feast, especially the way that some of the Alejos like to do it, they like the same flavor. They like the same recipe. And so, like, for example, they make arroz con grandules, I think it's called, which is just like rice and maybe like the way they do it is like peas. Thank you. But I specifically checked this year. I was like, is this, do you put like butter in it? Like, what is this? And she's like, no, it's completely great. It's just chicken bouillon. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So you've let me eat that rice. And now I've been eating chicken bouillon every year. And this year specifically, I ate stuffing, and I should have checked first, but there was chicken stock in the stuffing. And I just like, it's funny that the only person who got fucked was me, right?
And meanwhile, everything you made was like gluten-free and vegan, right?
Uh-huh. And tasty still. You know what I mean? Yeah. And still good consistency.
Putting that culinary degree to use.
But unfortunately, sometimes when you make something vegan, you have to use something like cashews, which means that Molly can't have it because then there's now nuts in it. You know what I mean? So it's difficult. But thankfully, I was able to pull all of the cooks from each family together and be like, so what are you doing? So what are you bringing? Right. Because it wasn't going to work unless everybody came together. There ended up being 4 different kinds of meat, like 6 or 7 different dishes that were vegetarian, like 5 that were gluten-free. I want to say 5 or 6 that were vegan. And then we also made sure that everybody could have some dessert in some way, because there was a gluten-free and vegan apple pie and a vegan pumpkin pie and a apple pie that didn't have nuts in it for Molly. Like,
damn, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Good God.
And the only thing that I hate is that the people who don't touch the menu don't even like really say thank you to the people who are in charge of the menu and making sure that like everybody can eat. You know what I mean? Mm. Thankfully, my husband is very great and helped with the groceries, helped with the actual cooking in the moment, like helped just make sure the kitchen was clean before and after, you know, shit like that. Like, so at the very, 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 very least, like, yes, I cooked everything, but like Jace was there cutting up the butternut squash. You know what I mean? So we love that, and I hope that for my family as well. But there was a lot of interesting dynamics going on with all of the stamps and all the Alejos together, because also there's a secret inner family inside of my family called the Alt Fam, which is myself, Chase, Kristen, my brother Zach, and his wife Giselle, because we're all, well, queer.
Yeah.
Although Giselle, I think, is an ally.
What?
I'm not sure.
She's goth.
She's goth.
So she's basically.
She's goth and
gay.
she's vegan, but she's also a vegan chef. She's also been cooking since before she could talk. She always says she prefers to cook versus talk.
Does she still have really long locks?
Yeah. She
If
got
they ever get
those-
divorced, let me know.
Will do.
Like, I don't hope that for either of them. They seem very happy and in love.
They are. They really are. They also have 3 cats now, which is crazy. But they had an opportunity to get
3
a
is
Sphinx
crazy.
cat for free. So
A Sphinx cat for free?
wouldn't you take that? Yeah, the cat's worth like $2,000. It's funny because it has hair right here on the bridge of its nose.
That's so fucked up.
And it's like calico print. Like it looks kind of like pigeon, but with a little bit more white. So it's like, because like
Do we have
Sphinx
photos?
is kind of a made up category, like how tree is. You kind of have to just like breed cats in a certain way to get it.
Yeah.
And you can by breeding different cats in different ways. So yeah, she's like a calico Sphinx. Anyway, we're getting derailed.
Okay.
The Thanksgiving was great. It was great. The food was great. We ended up playing games and stuff, which is always kind of fun. My brother Zach is a social worker, and very quickly I was like, hey, like, there's not enough like mixing happening between the families. He was like, got you, and turned around and just made more mixing happening. Because he's also like an extrovert's extrovert. He has boundless social energy. It just goes. Couldn't be me. Thank God he was there. He's also a Leo with a Libra. He's a Leo sun, Libra moon, Leo rising.
Jesus.
I know. He really cares about like
wow.
what's just. Yeah.
And he's just not going to give it up.
Yeah. But he's bi, and
Oh,
the
sorry.
thing is that Giselle has bi husband energy is really what it is. But Zach's bi in his own special little way.
How so?
Well, he just like doesn't feel a need to do anything besides be married to Giselle and have psychedelics and like go to Pride. And that's how he's bi.
Sure.
He's just like bi as a fact as opposed to like a practice.
What was that?
You know? Adrian, you look very confused.
Well, like, he's monogamous and has been with this woman for like a long time. You know, like, I get it.
And also, I mean, like, that's my brother. Like, I don't know about their sex life. I could not tell you. I know 1 year for Giselle's birthday, he got her a session with a rigger? What are they called? The people who do the tying. A rigger? The tying. I
Riggist
didn't
is
know if it
crazy.
was- What's it called? A rapist?
But spelled like WRA.
Yeah, the holiday rappers. Yeah, great Thanksgiving. My family also has hard out times. So they were gone at reasonable times. And I love that because then you can like sit and recharge a little bit and like then go, you know?
Is Mick more biphobic than we are? Is that like what's happening right now?
My best friend is bi. My brother is bi. I know bi people.
That was just such a such a shady like.
Well, that's also my brother. He's a piece of shit. I gotta
well.
shade him. Someone's got to keep that motherfucker in check.
This was so. He's bi in theory, but not a practicing bi. Like that. Is so.
Oh,
He's
also-
the middle brother, right?
He is. And for
My
those,
God,
those
my-
wondering, here's a photo of him and me at Thanksgiving.
And maybe Giselle?
No, we didn't get that. Specifically, there's a moment where I hugged him, and then I hugged him really, really hard to remind him that I'm much stronger than him. Because that's my middle brother, but I can beat the fuck up out of him. He's also an ex-Marine, and I can beat the fuck up out of him if I have to.
He's really,
Beanpole?
yes. I wasn't going to say all that. I was going to be like, no word that I was thinking of in the moment was going to be like nicer than beanpole, honestly. I was like trying to think of something. I was going to be like slender. That doesn't sound
I always say
very
that
nice for an ex-Marine.
he looks like the Onceler from the CGI Dr. Seuss Lorax. Yeah. And I also call him and my other brother Beavis and Butthead whenever I'm talking about them together, because frequently I'm talking about them together, and it genuinely doesn't matter which one I'm talking about.
Genuinely.
I forgot to say that my middle sibling is also bi.
Thank God we got that in there.
Well,
My brother's normal, so
doesn't have that disgusting disease.
Wait, what?
No.
Shiloh, you're what? Thank you.
The oldest brother straight, middle child bi, youngest trans.
just all.
Okay, well,
It doesn't have to be like HRT trans, but like
HRT trans. Let's talk about
you don't have to get
HRT trans versus non-practicing bisexual is gonna be the name of this episode. That's supposed to be about Thanksgiving.
Right. I'm thankful for
Okay,
my non-practicing bisexuals.
right.
Out there.
Non-practicing bisexuals and cis she theys. Hey Shiloh, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
As the only real American co-host of the show, would you like to explain to us how you grew up celebrating Thanksgiving? What the vibe was like? What? Just like tell us.
Just like sitting at a table.
Do go on.
No, like I don't know what to say. It was pretty like standard.
Well, like what did you guys like eat? Like did you guys like go around and talk about like being thankful? Like what was?
Yeah, there was a little bit of that praying, lots of praying.
When did you like first learn
My
about
aunt
like
getting like blackout, but me not noticing because I was like young. My grandmother, who never cooks, all of a sudden being like, and I gotta bring the heat up on the soup or else the like. My grandmother, who did not cook, rest in peace, fighting for her life in the kitchen. Always a bowl of olives.
Yeah.
Always a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom brought like cornichons and was like, we always have these. I'm like, what the fuck?
no, literally exactly like just a thing of like pickles and weird like pickled other shit like, but. Yeah, just a thing of whole black olives that I would get really
crazy.
into. Because we just put that on the table like before we had dinner and all the grandchildren. Oh, one thing I really loved about technical difficulty, that damn wizard is back.
not the witch?
Well, I think the witch had the week off because she did all the cooking for Thanksgiving. Now the wizard is taking
Why
care
did
of
she
it.
have to do all the cooking?
Well, I don't see wizards over the cauldron in the same way I see witches over the cauldron. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Mick's giving me the please move on finger. But I was going to say the one thing I do love about like the extended family, everybody's there Thanksgiving, is the kids' table. The appearance of the kids' table. That is my shit because I don't want to sit at the big kid table where y'all all got manners. I want to sit at the fun table and talk shit and kick each other under the table. Yeah, like all the like grown ass people would go sit in the dining room with all the fancy china, and we would still be eating like off the same fancy plates, but we would just be like at the kitchen table at my grandparents' house while they would like had the table runner over there, and we were just kicking it. I really loved it. It was great.
I don't remember if I told you or not, but I got excluded from the cousin walk this year. I'm officially capital OLD old.
But
Doesn't matter. I'm not cool.
you're chopped and unk, I fear. That's what the kids would say.
Yeah.
But if you're all that, then I'm your twin.
Go on.
Yeah, but that's basically it. You say
What?
grace and you talk about how cool and thankful it is.
When did you like? Do you remember a time when you learned about like, oh, Thanksgiving's kind of shady?
Like interpersonally or like
Just like
the world, like
Just
the,
like in
the
general.
origins
Just
of
like in general. I mean,
Thanksgiving
like
worse.
I wasn't like introduced to Thanksgiving until I was like 8,
Yeah,
and
fair.
so like from the get go, I was like,
It's a weird holiday.
what? Because you like, because like you talk about it in school and everything.
Yeah.
And then like especially like right, you know, like 3rd grade and on, like you start to talk more about like the history and blah 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 blah, and then you're like, what? But like I didn't like grow
What?
up, like it wasn't like I had like 8 of those being like, oh, thankful blah 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 blah, and then like I like learned, like, you know what I mean, like, so I don't know.
Yes, sorry. I made that
Just
face because
generally
I
like
had
wanna.
a childhood memory come back to me of dressing. I wore the pilgrim costume. I'll say that.
Oh.
At my school, there was, when I was like real young, there was a reenactment. But I think by middle school, like 7th grade, my teachers were like, so like, yeah, we did learn how to cultivate these crops from like the native population, and then they did all kind of biff it because of our big old bad diseases and guns.
that we use to kill them. And I'm like, oh, right. But up until like middle school, they put us in the Gigarama. I do remember the Addams Family movie where Wednesday does her big one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that being actually very informative for me.
That was one of my like early exposures to it because that's a movie that like I grew up like watching and loving, both the first and the second. Like before.
Is the second one Malibu Barbie or is
it to the US?
Is that the first one?
That's the first one.
Really the slow paced one, like very, very slow burn. And the second one is the one where they go to camp.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is the second one.
Yes.
Because
It's the second one that has
Malibu Barbie. That famous monologue is in the first one.
Yeah, it's in the first one.
Everybody did that in their scene.
Pastels.
Oh, Debbie?
No.
Debbie.
The second one.
She's in the second one?
Debbie's the reason they go to camp. Well, is she the reason they go to camp?
Oh, yes, she is.
And
yes,
now
she
it's
is.
the
Debbie
Addams
is the
Family
reason.
recap podcast.
The first one is when they have the baby.
It wasn't as iconic. No, the second one's when they have the baby.
Wait,
second
is
one's
the
when I have
first
a
one with
baby?
Uncle Fester then?
The first one's the one that's all about Uncle Fester and that random
Oh,
woman.
yes.
Isn't
The random woman.
I thought the
Isn't the random woman Debbie?
was Debbie.
No. The second one is about Uncle Fester falling in love. The first one is Uncle Fester forgetting he's Uncle Fester.
Yes.
Yes.
Being adopted by a woman and like coming back
Yes.
to the family.
Oh, yes, the
Being
mom.
unfortunate.
Like being like, oh, like you're my son. Yes.
The first one like was great, but just
First one's really,
not
really
as
good.
iconic as the second one. But I mean, it's
The
also
first one feels like a sequel.
You're right.
Exactly. But it starts with
Wow.
them having the baby.
Okay.
And then they go to camp. All the iconic things. Anyway.
That being said,
No, like-
yes.
Yes.
So that was also one of my like earlier like exposures to the like I guess like mythology as it were of Thanksgiving, and so I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, and like that was like way before I became like the radicalized like fuck the language of the oppressor, blah 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 blah. That like now I'm like yeah, like whatever, fuck everybody.
I think it's a good practice to once a year be like, I need to be extremely thankful because things are good.
Completely. That's what I was saying to like someone else at work the other day is that like there really should just be like they should like eradicate Thanksgiving as it exists right now, but then like come up with essentially the same thing but like as its own, like, hey, this day in March, or like maybe it can still be November 1st is gonna be the day of thanks, and like it just like from the creation of it is like specifically just supposed to be that, and like doesn't come from like doesn't still like support this like idea that like it has something to do with the first Thanksgiving and like this whole like what.
We'll get into it. Don't worry.
What do you
Spoiler
mean?
alert for what's coming.
Oh,
Yeah, I think celebrating Thanksgiving is great. However, just be like, we did our big one derogatory with, I say we, some people's ancestors. Just kidding. I didn't. My family didn't come here until a little later, at least. So, but dodge that bullet. That racism bullet.
yeah, but you were racist yesterday, so how does it really matter?
What are you talking about?
We don't have to get into it right
What
now.
do you
Go
like?
on.
I don't even know what you're talking
I
about.
was racist yesterday.
Well, okay, so
So let's wake it up
there you
then.
go, both of them racist.
Title of the episode. I thought I was racist yesterday.
Right. Like so many options already.
No, so here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Should we take a break?
Sure.
Just because Mick worked really, really hard on something. And I cannot wait to partake in it. Oh, I cannot wait to partake.
The anticipation.
Anticipation.
Let's take a break. Listen up, queers. Whoa.
Let us tell you a little something about the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Community Center, aka the Center.
The center was established in 1983 at the height of the AIDS crisis to provide a safe and affirming place for LGBTQ plus New Yorkers to respond to the urgent threats facing the community.
They offer, both in person and virtually, recovery and wellness programs, economic advancement initiatives, family and youth support, advocacy, arts and cultural programming, and space for community organizing, connection, and celebration, Mama.
In 2024 alone, the center served almost 2,500 clients with direct services, as well as welcoming an additional 9,600 community event participants. 37 of those were youths under 23 years old, 39% were trans folk, 68% were people of color, and 26% were women.
Fun fact for the divas. The center is home to Keith Haring's 1989 mural titled Once Upon a Time, which celebrates sexual liberation before the AIDS epidemic. Yeah. Haring created it for the Center Show, their celebration of the 20th anniversary of Stonewall. Who doesn't love a dick mural in a bathroom?
And I've always said that.
Check
out their donation link in our episode description, Mary. Where? In the episode description.
The description.
And we're back.
Seamlessly.
Mick, take it away.
All right. Well, originally we talked about doing a handful of things for this segment, but I used to be a history teacher, and I really like to look at history in certain lenses that make it very digestible. At the end of the day, Thanksgiving is a topic that spans at least 400 years, according to the research that I've done.
Hi, Olde.
So we'll never, hopefully this is the beginning of learning about the topic of Thanksgiving, but
This is the beginning.
there's a lot to say, to be honest. So I kind of wanted to focus on a couple specific things. We'll get into it as the slideshow progresses, but this is my presentation called Happy Thanksgiving, A Helping of Humility. Please go to the next slide. First thing I wanted to check in about. When you think of Thanksgiving, you think of a peaceful feast, more or less. You think of having dinner with somebody. You think of having a meal with somebody. In y'all's opinion, do any one of these outweigh any of the rest of them as to why we peacefully feast? What do you think?
C.
C?
C.
C, sure.
But also D is like what we try to do in tandem.
Absolutely. The thing that we're focused on here is the historical significance of Thanksgiving. So yes, while maybe A, we are trying to pay homage to a peaceful feast between settlers and the native population. B, we are trying or intending to connect as a family. Or D, we are enjoying the abundance that life can offer. Inherently, next slide, dun, 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 we are peacefully feasting to rewrite the history of violence, land theft, and plague. Unfortunately, Thanksgiving is built on 400 years of history, of United States of American history. And we know that this nation ain't the best at, well, many things.
Famously.
So let's go back in time a little bit. Click the next slide, please. Now, you might be wondering, where the hell did Thanksgiving come from? It came from one specific woman named Sarah Josepha Hale. She was born on October 24th, 1788.
I know she was
Libra.
that name.
Scorpio, but thank you.
Are you positive?
I guess no. Who knows where the stars were at that time?
Well, because I'm a Libra and my birthday's the 19th.
Okay, yeah, but
Well, the line is usually around the 20th or 22nd.
yeah.
Right.
But again, also like maybe the stars were in a different position back then, so it could have been something else.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, I think she's a Scorpio based on
Scoring up with someone that
we'll
knows
get
a
into
little
it.
bit more about astrology. I think.
So Sarah the Scorpio, she was born on October 24th, 1788. She died April 30th, 1879, which means she lived to be a little bit over 90, I believe.
Who killed her?
No one. She just died of old age, to be honest. We'll get into it.
Killed her.
Some
Why
key
father?
points to know about her life, like context of what she was able to do and accomplish in her life. The main thing right away is that her parents actually believed in equal education. They wanted her as educated
Woke.
as their son. The only thing that you need to know about that is that back in this time period, that was incredibly gauche to want an educated daughter. They were like, oh, she's going to be like smart and well-read.
Literally bleeding heart libs.
Think about like how Belle was treated in Beauty and the Beast. You know what I mean? Like this is a young girl.
Don't look at me. I played Belle one time, okay?
You've walked a mile or two in those shoes.
I have those ballet flats.
Okay, so then actually, question for you. If you
Walked
would
all the way to the
answering,
clinic.
How would you describe Belle as a girl who fits into her society? What would you say?
She is kind of exiled and excluded from her community because her
Hunger for knowledge and her taste for literature
Right.
and
So
her education.
we live in this beautiful time now where thankfully anybody of any gender can theoretically get an education. But back then it was really gauche to be a woman and want to be educated, or to be like a parent and have a child that you want educated. That's a woman, you know? So that was very important. She was able to successfully shatter the glass ceiling in journalism. We'll get through that. That's a little bit toward the end of her life. And by the end of her life, she was regarded as an arbiter of American taste. Specifically,
So it's her fault.
Specifically, she is known as what's called an autodidact, which means she educated herself.
What you're not seeing off camera is Mick wrangling the criminal cat.
He's
Cut it
being a
out,
criminal.
Milo.
Insane.
I will go for it, little man.
Play with a toy instead of pissing off your sister.
Okay, so she was an autodidact, which means she educated herself. There was never a teacher responsible for how she was educated. So contextually, again, think about this. She is the only person in her life, besides her parents, who support her, but they're not doing any of the work. They're not actually educating her. She was educating herself. So she ended up developing solely based on the way that she was, how she wanted things to go, how she wanted things to make sense. She read all the same books, but they were colored with Sarah Josepha Hale's opinions and very few other people's opinions. So she wound up, you'll see as we go through some bits about her life, being a very self-focused, self-centered kind of person, but not necessarily in a bad way. Let's go to the next slide. Oh, also an arbiter is a holder of ultimate authority on certain matters. You want to think like
Sure,
Miranda
cool.
Priestley and Devil Wears Prada type vibes. Like
Diva.
she says cerulean's out, it's out, done. All right, now you might be wondering a little bit more about Sarah. What she, I'm glad you noticed. She is held in history as the mother of Thanksgiving. The idea of the, quote, peaceful feast, which was how Thanksgiving was first introduced, it was in the mid-19th century. After 17 years of lobbying, she referred to herself as an editress. She did not like the term editor. She said it was too masculine. But she was a magazine editor, a woman editing a magazine back in that time period. So she wrote at least 4 different presidents' letters about how there should be a national American holiday, referred to as the peaceful feast, and it should be in November. She also wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb. The original poem is called Mary's Lamb. You all know Mary Had a Little Lamb? Oh. Yeah, that's right. You sneeze.
That was a really cute noise, even though he's being the devil.
He is the devil. All right. Specifically, 1863 was the first Thanksgiving. That was when it was finally introduced as an idea into the public knowledge and held in regard as a national holiday. Does anybody know anything about what was going on in America in the late 1800s?
Like, is that...
You can say no. That's okay. I'm just curious.
I want to say it's the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah. It's toward the end of it, but yes. Yeah.
That's why I hesitated, because I was like, it feels a little late.
This is when cities were like, oh, okay, our sewage can't be on ground level. We need to fix that. Oh, okay. This is when rich people were like, bet, well, we have electricity, but everybody seems to want it. So how do we make that happen? Wouldn't it be easier if the whole city were electric? This is when cobblestone was being paved over because it was dangerous, frankly. This is when...
Unless you work in Soho,
Unless you work
and
in
they
Soho.
still have those goddamn cobblestones motherfucking everywhere.
So again, just to remind you of the time, this is a magazine
Zora,
editor.
please.
Fun fact, the magazine that she was... Oh, this is not here. Okay, then I should know this one. The magazine that she was in charge of in the 1860s had over 150,000 subscribers nationwide. And the only way you could get this is by like mail. It was not easy to become a magazine subscriber. It was not easy to get your magazine. But the magazines that she was in charge of were prolific for this time period. Hence why she was held up as an arbiter of taste. Her husband died in 1822, and she wore black for the next 57 years to signify her mourning for him because she was that dedicated of a woman. She retired when she was 90. She held on to her post for that long at that specific magazine, which I believe was called Godfrey's or Jeffrey's. But I want to think about this for a second. Let's break this down. What would I say? What would you say if I asked you, what's a magazine? How would you describe it if I'd never known what a magazine was? Oh my God, what's this? What is this little plastic book? What does this do?
Like a long form pamphlet ad.
Sure.
Like a collection of articles, essays, and writings. Because I know in the back in the day, they were more like collections. People would just like send in shit to posts, and they would distribute other people's like content.
Very tea.
They were also typically printed by hand. Someone would be holding a small device that they put basically a metallic stamp into letter by letter in reverse. So that when
Pre-printing press? Are we-
exactly
Damn.
ish around that time. It's hard to say necessarily what was what because this is when all those pages were turning. You know what I mean? The new technology was coming around. So we know what magazines are, but what does a magazine do? What does it convey? What does it tell you about? Like, why would you read it? Am I reading it because it's going to tell me a fun story? What do y'all think?
To tell you how to like keep up with the Joneses, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Or it has some hot naked babes in it.
Well, yes, but not at this time.
Right.
But
This
yeah,
should have been,
basically,
like, the media that like was like this is what like you should be doing. This is what you should be eating. This is what you should be buying. Blah blah blah.
And if you're the person who's in charge of answering all those questions and conveying the answers to people, how do you make sure it's not just your biased opinion? Do you know?
You open that shit up to the floor, to the people.
Exactly. Sarah Josepha Hale didn't necessarily. She did in her own special way. We'll get into it. But when you think about taste, American society, rules of social environments, she got to be a leader of one of them in the 1860s. She got to tell women how to be women in a society that said, you're property, you know? She was held up in high regard in social class. She was a successful woman in her time. She was a successful businesswoman in her time. But she wasn't necessarily the best woman out there. Some of the hits was that she was one of the United States' first female authors, and her first book was about slavery and how stupid it is, basically. She's quoted as saying about women that they may not usurp the situation or encroach upon the prerogatives of man, but that each individual woman may lend her aid to the intellectual and moral character of those within her sphere. She's saying we have to stay small. We're never going to be men. Terrible thing to say. We don't know what was going on in the society at the time to make her say that. Maybe that's truly how she felt. But she said, within your circle, hold yourself in high regard, keep yourself honorable, and keep the people around you up there with you, because we have to as a society. She also, by the time she died, founded a charity for surviving families of Boston sailors who perished at sea. All right, let's go to the next slide. Now, you might be wondering, was she an ally to anyone? And the short answer is no. No, she was not. And I will prove it on the following slide. Bing! Long answer. This is quite a lot. Do you want me to buzz through it, or do you want me to sum it up?
Honestly, buzz through it. I do kind of want to know.
All right. This is going to be fast, y'all. Hale, as a successful and popular editor, was respected as an arbiter of taste for middle-class women in matters of fashion, cooking, literature, and morality. In her work, however, she reinforced stereotypical gender roles, specifically domestic roles for women, while casually trying to expand them. For example, Hale believed that women shaped the morals of society and pushed for women to write morally uplifting novels. She wrote that, while the ocean of political life is heaving and raging with a storm of partisan passions among the men of America, women, as the true conservators of peace and goodwill, should be careful to cultivate every gentle feeling. Hale did not support women's suffrage and instead believed in the secret, silent influence of women to sway male voters. This was common before.
Can I say really quick?
Yes.
This is exactly like trad wife influencers.
Exactly.
Who are like, you should be at home in the kitchen raising your children and shit, but meanwhile they're making content and like running the home with their content. Anyway.
Hale was a strong advocate for the American nation and union. In the 1820s and 30s, as other American magazines merely compiled and reprinted articles from British periodicals, Hale was among the leaders of a group of American editors who insisted on publishing American writers. In practical terms, this meant that she sometimes personally wrote half of the material published in The Ladies magazine, which was her first magazine. In later years, it meant that Hale particularly liked to publish fiction with American themes, such as the frontier and historical fiction set during the American Revolution. Hale adamantly opposed slavery and was strongly devoted to the Union. She used her pages to campaign for a unified American culture and nation, frequently running stories in which Southerners and Northerners fought together against the British, or in which a Southerner and Northerner had fallen in love and married. Crazy. The last bit says, in her introduction to the second edition of her book, Hale wrote, "The great error of those who would sever the Union rather than see a slave within its borders is that they forget the master is their brother as well as the servant, and that the spirit which seeks to do good to all and evil to none is the only true Christian philanthropy." The book described how while slavery hurts and dehumanizes slaves, absolutely, it also dehumanizes the masters and shows the world's psychological, moral, and technological progress. That to say, bad. She was not necessarily an ally. She was not necessarily a feminist. She opposed slavery, but in no way was she pro or actively anything. It gives comfortable trad wife living in her ivory tower. It gives Melania Trump. It gives maybe she gets it.
Yeah.
She really focused on her circle. She said, this is who I am right here. I'm a white woman living in this time, and I want to help other women do this thing. There's another piece I've got to include, but basically she published about a dozen of the first American women authors in this country. So she did that. But also, we're talking about being racist against black and brown people. We're talking about being racist against Native Americans. Why would this woman decide that Thanksgiving was something that needed to happen? Do you have a theory? Her whole argument was gentle waves, slight moments, and subtle things. The women staying in the kitchen and slowly influencing thought in her closest circles.
Yeah, I think maybe she knew giving Thanksgiving, like,
Well, I feel like it's such a domestic holiday with the, like, in a very gendered situation, the woman's, like, at the center of it in the household. Like, she is in charge of running the gig. That's my thought.
Yeah.
Sure. I think that's very hopeful, to be honest. I don't know if we can say that. We don't know this woman. There's not a lot written about her.
No.
And again, to be honest, it sounds very manipulative, the idea that she wants to make an American holiday where families get together and women get to influence them. Sure. At the end of the day, she was a privileged, rich white woman who was held up as an arbiter of taste in a time period where nobody was caring about anybody else around them.
Yeah.
I will say, like, racist.
Yep.
Let's wake that up. However, I'll say, of some of the women of the time, one of the, like, a little, you know, at least she's like, I don't like slavery.
Right.
The and to that sentence, like the but that she adds is crazy.
Yeah.
Saying that it's as damaging for the master and the servant. Hey, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
But I know what you're alluding to. Like,
Right.
it's it's pointing out that you're a bad person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that the person running the show is a bad person, but it's not bad for them. So whatever. But
Yeah.
so yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go to the next slide. This
Yeah.
touches on this, and this is our next transition. So wait, what did Thanksgiving do? On its own, nothing. But it deeply affected the Wampanoag tribes, and it is a participation and compliance of an understanding of history that is fundamentally incorrect. Propaganda, basically, because Native American populations participate in a protest known as the National Day of Mourning. Now, you might be wondering, next slide, what is the National Day of Mourning? Well, we're going to talk about Frank Wamsutta James. This was the leader of the Wampanoag tribe of Gayhead, doesn't mean gay, then unrecognized by the U.S. government.
So no gay head.
This man is a leader of a society.
Be like a little respectful.
Sorry, you're right.
This man is a leader of society in a country that looked at him and said, how's your club doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was also the president of the Federated Eastern Indian League. You'll notice how it says speech canceled. So,
Speech canceled.
in the fall of 1970, Massachusetts, by the way, the Wampanoag language is referred to as Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, they held a commemorative Thanksgiving celebration of the 350th anniversary of the first landing of the Mayflower. The theme of the anniversary was brotherhood.
It was what?
Brotherhood. This man, the leader of the Native American tribes at the time in the area, shows up ready to use his speech specifically to accuse pilgrims of grave robbing and theft, citing that they perched upon graves and ate the offerings of food left ceremonially, simple beads and Indian corn. You know what I mean? Like offerings. Editors asked to approve this speech. They read that line and said that they can't, because the theme of the anniversary celebration was brotherhood, and anything inflammatory would have been out of place. My favorite thing about history is when people decide to be petty, because so many people throughout all of history were petty. And Frank, completely rightfully, was petty. Specifically, he founded the first National Day of Mourning on Thanksgiving Day, November 26th, 1970. A week earlier was when his speech was canceled. It took this man 1 week to found what still is becoming a national holiday and should be regarded as a national holiday, which is the National Day of Mourning. The specific line from the speech that he gave at the National Day of Mourning is, "We forfeited our country. Our lands have fallen into the hands of the aggressor. We have allowed the white man to keep us on our knees. What has happened cannot be changed, but today we must work toward a more humane America, a more Indian America, where men and nature once again are important, where the Indian values of honor, truth, and brotherhood prevail. You, the white man, are celebrating an anniversary. We, the Wampanoags, will help you celebrate in the concept of a beginning. It was the beginning of a new life for the Pilgrims. Now, 350 years later, it is a beginning of a new determination for the original American, the American Indian." Next slide.
Damn.
Yeah.
Can I also, as we go to this next slide, say, so powerful that it took him a week.
Yeah.
A week. He was like, fine, suck my fucking nuts. A week later, I have a national holiday going down.
So wait, what do we do? Next slide. The best thing to do is start by educating yourself and asking questions, making sure you hold your friends accountable and recognize that you are on Indigenous land right now. Unless you specifically fucking found it, good luck with that. You can also make a donation whenever you can afford to. Time, money, clothes, anything counts as a donation. And remember that all marginalized communities have to hold space for each other in our hearts. And here on Ladyboy Radio Hour, we care about everybody, not just the three of us and, the queer people we know and queer people more than other marginalized communities. My last question is, do you know the land you're on right now? In New York City, it is the Muncie Lenape. The Muncie are a sub-tribe and one of the 3 divisions of the Lenape. They were specifically around the Delaware River. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mick, for this.
Yeah, of course.
Really powerful presentation. And like on that same note, like I think there's a lot of people, and like I'll just say it, some like white libs, that I think a very popular trend lately is to kind of slap on the land acknowledgement onto a program, to a bio, to like a whatever. And I think that's important for sure. But yeah, like make sure that it is not an empty gesture and that you're like Mick writes on the slide, like show up like for the community, like when it matters, like when it's time to get in the voting booth, like when it's time to like get, you know,
well, maybe Thanksgiving next
some
year
like
you
food
take
supplies,
and you just Google the National Day of Mourning and you
literally
start looking into it. Because to answer the question earlier, I didn't know anything until I started researching this podcast. I didn't know a single thing about either of those 2 people until I started researching yesterday. It's that easy to just learn. Wikipedia is right there. Also donate to Wikipedia, please. If you never have, just do it, just once.
Is Frank still alive? Do you know?
I think so. Yeah, I couldn't find a death date, but also he doesn't have a specific article about him. But don't worry, Sarah has one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah
Josepha Hale. She has a whole article, and he was a
Really
subsect of the National Day of Mourning. Yeah. So find the info. Publish an article about him on Wikipedia. Anybody can write anything. That's the benefit anyway. Also, Wikipedia is not black and white. Sorry.
Yeah, even though it may be visually black and white.
Right. Not great, not terrible.
This episode is brought to you by
Wikipedia. Honestly, when teachers in school used to be like, don't use Wikipedia as a source, girl, just use the sources that are on Wikipedia.
no,
Yeah,
like duh.
that's what you can
Scroll
do.
down to the bottom, girl.
It's also a fine way to start, but don't
But now it's all AI.
stay there.
Right.
Well, yes. And that's why you don't stay there. Google your question and then immediately start thinking about what it is you're actually asking for and kind of let the information guide you, but always fact check everything, especially these days.
Can we get Frank on the pod?
We can try. Any other final notes before we wrap up?
I like how you gave us a flop responsible for Thanksgiving and someone who is like big slaying, trying to protect and support his community and like mourn. Very sickening.
Completely.
Mm-hmm.
The duality. Because Miss Girl was doing it all for herself because she was like educated in an isolated way and was like a
Exactly.
white woman.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, everything he did was like, yeah, it was petty because he was like, I'm not even allowed to say that like y'all fucked with us. But like,
Yeah.
it was always about what they weren't allowed to
Exactly.
do. So you may have noticed that the camera got out.
Okay, so technical difficulties aside,
That time
What
it
I was
was
saying-
the witch.
Okay.
right? What I was saying is that if you're sitting at home and you're feeling all sensitive and tender and thinking like, how do I then like hold space for all these memories that I have of growing up with this holiday being something that I really like because I get to see my family and I get to be thankful and I get to like eat like these foods that I love and this and that, like that is all real and so valid and very much like Christmas. The practice of the holiday itself has become so far removed from like that like original concept that like it's no longer about that, and that's okay. But I think all we have to do is like think a little bit outside of like your own community in your own circle, unlike Miss Sarah, and say, okay, this is the context of like where this comes from and what this is trying to do. And you can hold space for both. You can be thankful and grateful for all the things in your life and all the people in your life and the community around you. And also say like, where are we now? Like in regards to like all having like equal rights. And like, while you can't like go back in time and like right like those wrongs in the past, like you can definitely make an effort to like fill those gaps in the present now. And like the idea of like everyone like sharing Turtle Island is like not one of like all the settlers like going away. There is just like a world in which we can all like share in this and like be as thankful for like our circle as we are for our neighbors and their circles, whether or not those people look like us or not. Those are my thoughts.
Period.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Love y'all.
Leave a comment, leave us a like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. If you like this episode, go back and watch the other episodes. We don't have a presentation on those, but
There'll be more.
Some more on the.
There'll be more. I'll ruin every holiday.
Go watch the vlogs also. But yeah, we'll ruin every holiday. We can do like a pagan Christmas type tease.
Oh, there'll be some blood. Don't worry. One more thing. Feel free to rate the show. Just found out you could do that. I never had done that before. I only listened to a handful of podcasts though, so I'm not big here.
Not even including this one because we talked about it.
I listened to enough of this podcast.
Right.
What is enough? Did you listen to last week's?
Let's get into it off the pod. Let's not argue on
no.
camera.
I
didn't.
see. Okay. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye. What was it? Non-practicing bisexual?
Not practicing bisexual.